This podcast is not affiliated with any Grand Lodge, and the ridiculous antics and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and should be dismissed immediately.
That was your cue.
There we go. There we go. We're
All
good.
right, we are here at the Scottish Rite Masonic Center in downtown Omaha.
Here.
Right here. We're in the downstairs bar.
Yep.
Dining room. We are here with Brother Ted with Pool and Company Paranormal Investigating Team.
Yep. Thank you. Good to be back.
Good to have you back on the show.
And
So
it is Halloween.
It is
Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
And we are...
Joe even wore his mask tonight. Oh,
I did.
No, never mind.
in my wig. And these aren't real tattoos. That are just those nylon.
The ones you like.
Those are
slip
Yeah.
put in
ones?
Yeah. I'm not tough enough to get real ones.
Off the rails already.
Right.
Right. We just took a straight right 90-degree turn. Anyways, we have, like I did anything, Heath and Ted and Ted's team have just rigged up the Scottish Rite with all of their tech. Night vision cameras, spirit boxes, voice recorders, EMF detectors, REM pods, you name it. We're going to catch something tonight, I think.
I think so. Well, hopefully, we hear the stories that we hear from here specifically. I've heard from other brothers. There's a little girl that they've been seen running around in the costume room. So we got a camera in there. Library. We've had some challenges because of the building, so we've had to make some pivots on where our cameras are at. But we've got some. We were shooting in the library. We're shooting in the lodge room. We're shooting in the theater to the balcony. Like I said, they report seeing a little girl that runs between like the library and the costume room, and then. Females, women especially, feel on the balcony in the theater. They feel a sensation of being pushed in the back. And then if it's gone on long enough, the force becomes more like they want to push you over the edge of the balcony.
Really?
So there's something here that reacts negatively to women. That'll be something we'll be trying tonight because we had a lot of female investigators. So we'll try to see if that kind of what we can catch with that. But we do. We have IR cameras, four in the building now. We've got our thermal camera. We've got our spirit boxes, audio recorders. We've got our REM pods, which are anything that interact really close to it will set it off. So I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully we get some.
Me too.
Well, we're all four members of the Scottish Rite.
We are.
Have you guys had any experiences at all in the building?
I've not, and I've been here. I've cooked for the Scottish Rite ever since I've been a member. So I've been in bowels of the building for the most part. I've never been anywhere that I felt weird. I know that other brothers have had experiences because that's where the stories come from, but I've never felt anything here, so it'll be an interesting experience tonight.
What about you, Jim?
I come in as the skeptic of the group. However, there are stories of knocking going on in the lodge room, I did experience that. I don't know that I believe that it was supernatural, but it definitely happened. I will say that I have had that happen.
Well, we're shooting in the lodge room specifically to see if we can catch that. So we'll hopefully that's one of the things I'd like to catch for sure.
Well, Heath and I will tell our story because it may help your investigation. We were in lodge, had a lodge room full of members. We probably had 14 or 15 members that night, and right next to the junior warden's station, we heard 3 knocks on the door. When we were opening lodge, he can wait. Figured it was just somebody that was late to lodge, he can wait. So it happened again at the same door, 3 knocks. And I mean, they were loud enough that everybody was like, oh, there's somebody at the door. Like everybody in lodge. So then the junior warden gets up, opens the door, and nobody's there. Well, maybe somebody's playing ding dong ditch or something. So we keep going. Happens at the door of the preparation room. So we open that door, nobody's there. So then it happened again at the preparation room, both doors, and the guys met in the middle. There's nobody there. I'm getting goosebumps right now. And then it happened at the door by the secretary's desk. So 5 times within a meeting, within an hour, hour and a half, there was a solid 3 knocks on 3 different doors.
And there's no confusion about what it was.
No, it was definitely 3 knocks.
Yeah. The meeting that I was at, it was at the regular door, and I watched the junior deacon get up. There wasn't nobody out there. So.
I said junior warden, didn't I?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but I think we knew what you meant.
I hope so. I didn't know what I meant. But yeah, that's you experienced. Was that at one of our meetings?
I think that might have been my first meeting at Beehive.
Well, welcome to Masonry, huh?
Yeah.
But it hasn't happened since. But
yeah, I haven't had any experiences since then.
But again, I've never had any uneasy feelings or anything in here. So.
And this building was purpose-built for masonry.
Right.
So nothing else has ever occupied this building. It wasn't an old bank.
This is one of the few ones that are still around from that era that is purpose-built for masonry and still being used for that.
So this will be a weird episode to listen to. We'll do a lot of starting and stopping probably. We catch some stuff. Maybe we'll pop back on camera and talk about it. Otherwise, we'll be back at the end and we'll wrap it up when we're done and have a.
Hopefully we do.
Get a debrief. Hopefully nothing follows us home. And
does that include my wife?
Jim, do not take Mary to the balcony.
I rebuke you.
There might be.
Do you feel it? Are you feeling it?
Brother Ted has graciously offered to. I'm changing the subject
I noticed that.
because now it's being recorded.
Right. And I'm also feeling a presence and some eyes watching me too.
Oh,
I don't think that's supernatural though.
those are
I don't think so either.
the laser eyes of death. But you have graciously offered to let us use some footage if you catch anything. So we will trim that in to this episode if there is any such evidence.
Yep.
And hopefully we'll see at the end of this thing.
Absolutely. Right now, we do have the cameras running. Initially, we're seeing some what we call orb activity, but we have to discern that between dust in the air because we've been moving around and moving things, and so we'll be cutting through this, and anything we find, we'll definitely showcase.
Awesome. All right. Well,
Here we go.
hopefully we'll see you.
Trick or treat.
If not, we had a good run.
Famous last words.
Started. All right. Well, it is now 2 days since you just heard us 5 seconds ago.
And everything changed.
Everything changed. We are no longer at the Scottish Rite.
Mm-hmm.
We're in my garage. Our garage.
The garage.
The garage. The garage. I think we found some stuff. We had a blast.
I'm glad. I was going to ask you guys how you liked it.
It was fun. Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
And
Thank you.
I never once felt uncomfortable. I've never been on a ghost hunt before, but there was some stuff that I saw, heard, whatever that was intriguing.
Mm-hmm.
So I think what we're going to do is Ted and Emily have brought a flash drive with some evidence. So we're just going to start picking some files that he tells us to. And
Yeah.
Which this is also stuff that we have not seen yet.
yeah, we have
so-
not seen it yet.
Mhm.
So you guys have been going through evidence for the last 2 days.
Yeah.
And we'll see what we got.
For sure, for sure. And we had a lot of possibles. We had even before we started looking at stuff, we had that one camera that was kind of freaking out,
Mhm.
intermittently. Just those are kind of fun things that happen too. So, but I'm glad you guys had a good time. Thank you for your help getting everything set up and all that.
We had a blast.
Yeah. Love doing it.
Good
so
time.
it was awesome having everybody there. So well, let's get to it. It's all kind of a raw form because this is kind of
You want to help Ted pull your microphone more
Pull it back
in
out.
front of you because you're going to be looking at the TV.
oh, very good.
See if I can.
This is the kind of things that you do before
There.
you start
There we
recording.
Ah, why would we do that? Have you seen this show?
I try not to. I live it. I live it.
All right. So this was a pretty fast turnaround for us, but we do have everything kind of in a raw form, so we can kind of pull it up and check it out. Let us take a look.
Ted, what is a normal turnaround when you do something like this?
Because we do it on a kind of casual basis, we usually take 3 to 4 days to process everything.
Okay.
Because we want to look at everything individually. We want to watch every, we did, as an example, we did 4 cameras, ran for a couple hours and change. We had an audio recorder going for a couple hours and change. So at that point, now you're looking at about 10 hours worth of stuff that you have to go through.
Sure.
Ultimately.
Meticulously.
Right. Yeah, exactly. So we went through this pretty quick, just kind of marked some stuff that really popped out at us and some of the things we remembered for seeing. So other than that,
Talk about some of the equipment we used.
Oh, yeah.
Because we didn't really get into that.
Sure,
We've got some pictures that we put on Facebook, and I think I've got a couple more that I'm going to send you. But
Mhm.
take a look at Facebook, and you'll just see all of the equipment spread out. It was pretty interesting.
yeah, and we
So-
brought some tonight too,
Oh.
kind of just to kind of take a look at too. I can first piece here is our Necrocom Lite. This is one of our spirit boxes. It runs basically, it's a manual device. You switch it on back here, has an antenna, picks up frequency, and then you can move through, as you can kind of hear a little bit there, you can move through and adjust the frequency or how fast it goes and all that, and kind of dial it in when you're working with for the point is to allow that white noise, to allow spirits to be able to use that to kind of hear through what you're looking for, is because it does scan FM frequencies. What you're looking for is something that goes across multiple channels. So you're not picking up like a radio signal or something like that. So this is a pretty good piece. I like messing with this a little bit. There are more technically advanced versions of this, but that's kind of the industry. It moves pretty quick, a lot of that. Couple devices here we were using, like you saw in there. Here's the digital recorders. This is what we use for most of our EVP work. You ask a question, you wait a minute, see if there's a response, you play it back and listen to it. This was another piece that we had, was the digital EVP RT. This is the one that has the delay on it, and you wear headphones. You're working in a 2-person kind of situation, and you can listen while you're asking questions and work with that EVP at real time. This is also good for what's called the Estes method, and that is where you noise canceling headphones, blindfold, and then one person is listening to a spirit box while somebody else is asking questions. So that's kind of work in tandem, so that it just adds a layer.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of a neat. Emily's done that a few times at some of our investigations. She's really good
I
with
think
that.
when we do this next year, newsflash, next year we're doing this at the Nebraska Masonic home.
Yeah.
It's a very old building, but I think Heath and I have experimented with the Estes method before with his spirit box. So I think we want to try that down there.
Yep. And one thing too, as we're even talking about it, investigating Masonic buildings, I think require us to kind of investigate in a different way too. I think we have options that we can work with because we were in the lodge room for a while. I think we can expand on that kind of thing too. But I can't wait. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, and we'll probably get into it a little bit, but like we could have provoked while we were in the lodge room, but it just didn't feel right. You know.
And for anybody that doesn't know what provoking is, that's the method of where you go in and you start to antagonize. You don't ask nice questions. You start to question them, or you start, I don't think that you're real. I think you need to prove something to me. So, those are, you kind of antagonize that. And you can usually sometimes get a response that way too.
Yeah.
So another piece we use is this here, the 4K night vision camcorder. This is great for handheld. We got a little rig for this. Works out pretty good. Oh, that was the camera. It's the camera talking to us. Now it's shutting down. Sorry. But that's a great little piece. A lot of this kind of comes from the old days, like, 70s, 80s, paranormal investigators. All this technology has evolved, and we use a lot of different, disciplines of equipment, laser thermometers, all that kind of stuff. What's next? Oh, there we go. And here's an upgraded version of what we're using earlier. This is the SB7 Spirit Box. This one functions the same as the Necrolite, except that it has a digital counter on it. You can change the frequency, change the tempo, and all that. So it's a little more cleaner device to use. I think a little easier to function with.
Is it similar to what you have, Heath?
Yeah, I have an SB7.
There you go.
Okay.
Yep, there you go. These are pretty popular, pretty common too. So real nice pieces. I like them. So. And then
that's my favorite one.
Our thermal camera, our little handheld thermal camera.
Which every time I saw anybody holding that, I was thinking Ghostbusters in the back of my head. I'm hearing the theme song to Ghostbusters going off.
Yep, exactly. This allows us full range color palettes for hot and cold, depending on what you want to work with. And then you can take snapshots with this, record pieces and all that kind of stuff, and then you can download it. So it's a really handy piece, very digitally forward. Which is great because a lot of our equipment is starting to move into that realm. So,
which you do still use some analog pieces.
We do, and a lot of investigators. It's almost like it's almost cyclical because we're going back to the older pieces of technology and leaving a lot of the digital behind. There was such a boom with digital technology, the different REM pods, and that was another piece we didn't have was the REM pods. It just started to become real computer heavy, digital heavy, technology heavy. And then I think a lot of that caused almost some false positives in a lot of your evidence. So we had to dial that back. People are using Polaroids again. Truthfully, we're even moving away from the digital recorders, and because your phones have way better capabilities that you can even do and process that sound on board your phone versus having a digital recorder that I've got to record and then download to something and then mix with something. I can do it in 0.0 with my phone and have a better product than having to mess with the little digital recorders.
All right, are we ready to dive into some?
Yeah. Let us take a look. There was one piece in camera. Let me take it. Drop my notes here.
Perhaps we should have a disclaimer. If you're listening to this while you're driving in your car, please don't watch this on your phone.
Yeah.
Pull over and continue to watch.
Right. We appreciate you listening. But
there we go.
We also appreciate you not looking at your phone while you're driving.
All right. I think the first one is going to be Cam 4. And it's going to be pretty early on in Cam 4. They're all chunked out into pieces because our cams record events just like a regular security camera does. So it'll do it in chunks. Let's pull it. We need 1911-18 is what the timestamp we're looking for. And
can you expand that column?
Yeah.
As he's searching, how long do you archive this? Do you keep it? Do you keep this kind of stuff? Do you have thumb drives full of this, or is it something that you go through pretty quickly that you release it after?
We hang on to it for a few years.
Oh, okay.
For the most part, and then we'll start to kind of get rid of it depending on if space is needed or not. More so now we can keep more of it because of look at the one cloud and things like that. We have more storage opportunities, and I still have my original team's like Weebly.net site up that still has like evidence at it.
Wow.
So,
What was that timestamp again?
1911-18. And so it might not look grab there we go. Try that. Yeah, try that, guys. See where we're at with that one.
Oh, it's 1911, 15, and 19.
Okay.
All right.
We are back up and running.
Cool.
Good? Ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Wow, it didn't look like that when I was in there.
And this is 11 to 14. So you were looking, yeah.
And if anyone is watching this is actually our lodge room. We don't normally have dresses in there.
Their audio. Yeah. Oh, sorry.
That's not the way it goes normally, but
So we'll describe to you what's happening here. Nothing. Not yet.
A couple of orbs.
Let's come. You know what? Actually, let's change the file on this one.
Okay.
Come out and let's go down. Go down. Yeah, that
one here.
Try that guy. See where we're at with that one.
Oh, the camera's moved.
Okay.
Oh, I just saw something fly by there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. These are not. This is.
This is riveting podcast stuff.
It is very much so. We saw a lot of this most of the night with these coming in. That's one of the things you got to discern is, flight patterns. Is it erratic? What are you seeing? Is it a solid object?
Mm-hmm.
Does it give off its own light? Is there a shadow with it? With that kind of thing. Let's pull out of this.
Like I said, we're at 1928.
Yeah, pull
here.
that one out. This is an audio bit, and so what we caught was we did catch some voices.
Okay.
And it was
So where is that? Which one?
Cam 3.
You may hear a lot of buzzing in the background because Heath and I's phones are going nuts because we're in the middle of putting in an offer on an acreage.
Would be in this file up here.
Go into there and see what's in that bit. There's some raw in there. Go into that one, that raw. There we go. There we go. Come, let's go into that for the clips. I do have some things set aside. That's the thermal thermal image camera. And then
just kind of go through each of these.
Yeah, go through each of these. These are the thermal images that we were taking. There were some ones. This is from the library. Now this is a Bible that was on a shelf that they caught heat coming off of it, just random heat coming off of a Bible.
Yeah, there is definitely more. The Bible is warmer than everything, all the other books next to it.
Yeah,
and for not having no one handled it. It wasn't put out for any reason or whatever, so there was no really any reason why there should be any heat coming out of it.
It actually was handled because I picked it up, but it was after they'd already seen this. We spent it. I was actually in the room for this. They spent quite a bit of time looking at that before I approached it at all. I was curious to see if there was a name or anything in there, and there was. But no, it was touched in full transparency, but it was after this was taken.
Okay. And we noticed this too in the lodge room that everything was kind of hanging on to heat.
Yeah.
I don't know if it had something to do with the age of the chairs, the leather, whatnot, but there was something in there hanging on to those heat, making things stay hot well after they were sat in. So so that
Yeah.
one, these are going to be the Bible shots, and
Yeah.
then there's another one of that. This is that false positive on where we were in the lodge room, where you'd sat in one chair
Oh,
and then
okay,
moved
okay.
over, and then we're seeing that heat signature in that chair that stayed a long time. Now this is, you kind of see a little bit more of it, is the stage. There's a heat signature on the state floor of the stage. And that can be, pipes underneath it, anything like that. Who knows? I can imagine that light bulb was shiny and giving off that much thermal energy onto the wood around it. But, that was kind of an interesting little catch too. Yeah,
That is weird, just to have that one little strip on the floor that's warm.
And was it that way the whole time?
seemed to be every thermal image they took of it, it was
Yeah.
red like that.
Okay.
And oddly enough, too, we were using the SLS device on the app, and we were getting some false positives on the back of the stage where the light in the breaker boxes are. It was seeing that as a kind of a skeleton too. So hard to say what that might have been. This is just a still shot from the IR camera shooting out to the theater.
That's a very cool shot.
Yeah.
Yep. And that's it for those.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, we can go back into raw.
Okay.
There we go. Let's try camera 1. Let's see what we have here.
Yeah.
What timestamp you got?
20, 29, 26.
Towards the end of this one. Should be right. Oh, no, that's 2020. Might be either right at the end of this or right at the beginning of the next one.
So we were in a theater. Oh, there was a very, very straight line.
Yeah.
We'll say orb that flew by, because, like you said, we saw a lot of airborne activity. I believe it to not be dust. It was too irregular. Dust would tend to all float in the same direction.
Right, and we didn't really see a lot of that.
That was
that was the big one, I think. Yeah, we didn't see a lot of that just float through.
So we'll replay that a little bit for those who are watching.
So the assumption is, since it's going in a straight direction, it would not be wind would loft it around, or the exact opposite.
You would if it was moving that fast due to wind, you'd feel wind in there, or there'd be a breeze through there. Most times, if it's dust or something, it just kind of floats through frame. If it's a bug, it's almost, you can kind of see like a zip pattern to it. But this, you're looking at a straight trajectory. It doesn't change, or it doesn't give any flutter to it.
It should be coming up here again. I think the rewind goes 30 seconds at a time.
Oh my. We're on the edge of our seats. There was one.
There's one.
There's
Yep.
one, yeah.
And then the other one comes up here.
That went up and to the right. We're patiently waiting. I know.
That's exactly what it's like to watch this.
Boo.
There it is. You see how it
That was a
dipped
very-
down and then shot past the camera.
Yeah, it was like an arcing pattern.
Right. Yeah. So, that's something that, it's obviously not going to be a piece of dust or something that you kind of, might, you're going to think a little bit more about what we're seeing. It looked pretty solid. It didn't look as if there was any bug act to it or anything.
Well,
like
and
that.
I'll be honest, I don't know if I've ever seen a flying insect in the Scottish Rite.
Truly, I mean, and it's by no means a dirty building.
Right.
You're obviously the age of the building, you're going to have ambient dust. You're going to have things here and there, but no, we didn't see any flying insects, kind of obviously anywhere.
Yeah. And some of the things that were flying around were quite obviously too dense to be dust.
Let's do. Let's do cam 2.
Okay.
And then I'm looking for 193226.
So I think that 3226 is right at the end of this one. So I think it would be start of this one. No, it's 41.
Wow.
Children and their toys.
There's 3232. That just cuts out.
All right.
Is there more cam 2 down here?
If we can find 193804, that's a good one too.
That might be outside the raw footage one.
Yeah.
Should be in that one.
Yeah.
So this will be in the costume room
Mhm.
on the 4th floor.
This is at the end of 32.
Okay.
And again, for those that are not members of the Scottish Rite, specifically in Omaha, we do in the fall and in the spring, we do a reunion where the various degrees are acted out. In fact, it's coming up soon. And so there's an amazing room that's full of costumes that go back decades, pretty elaborate costumes for the degrees. So
Mhm.
that's what we're looking at.
What was your timestamp you were looking for?
3804.
Oh, 38. Okay.
And then we can let this play because it'll start to show some of those camera freakouts too.
Oh, go back.
It's 38.
There we go. 38. There's one
Mhm.
right there.
Mm.
That was the one.
Yeah, this particular camera started going. The IR was
Mhm.
basically freaking
Mhm.
out, and we thought maybe it was light shine coming in from traffic outside, but we're on
There
the
we go.
4th floor, and it only did it for 20 minutes,
Mhm.
and then it would stop for a long time.
And it only affected that camera. There were cameras in rooms with other windows open,
Mhm.
and it was only this one that was having a photosensitivity issue.
Yeah, so if you are watching, it's in the process of
Mhm.
starting to freak out.
Yep. And at the beginning of the clip, we saw that orb kind of shoot through in an irregular
Mhm.
pattern. That's the kind of stuff obviously we're looking for.
Well, and if it was outside, this is actually directly above the lodge room where you had another camera. You would expect
Right.
Mhm.
probably the same thing.
Right.
If not worse.
Right.
Right.
And that was one of the points I was going to make too, was the fact that, between the costume room and the lodge room, they're roughly the same size.
Mhm.
If it would have been dust kicked up by the system, we would have seen something similar in both locations in the similar times.
Right.
And we didn't see that. Yeah, let's see here. It'll continue to show these cameras kind of do this throughout its time. Let's go to cam 3.
Okay.
Going to be 193701. So let's see if we can grab that. I think that's right.
Go up to right there. Up there.
No.
Yeah. Oh, there's 30. That's 3356. And in this room, we got we got a couple clips. There's
Okay, this should be
2 or 3 clips where there was clear knocks in here, and there's no one present that we can see.
for about 30 seconds before.
Right. Here we're closing the curtains. And there's a little something that popped in front of the camera there.
Oh, there it is.
Was that where it ended?
Yeah. Okay, next one.
And again, for people unfamiliar with the layout, this is actually a room adjacent to the lodge room. There's a little room in between the two
There we
of
go.
them. But oh wow,
That was a couple that
Yeah,
flew by.
we had a couple come in at
Mhm.
different angles, shooting through.
Oh, a
Yeah,
a
bunch.
lot of them.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah, look at that guy. He
Some
just kind of
some going away from the
Yeah.
camera, some coming towards the camera.
Yep. We saw a lot of activity like this here, and then of course on the stage when we were watching the cams
Mhm.
live, we were seeing a lot of that.
Mm-hmm.
So, cool fact about this 33rd degree room is all of the wood around the bottom is from the original Masonic building downtown,
Oh wow,
except for one piece behind the door.
that is very cool. That is a very cool piece.
There's a lot of orbs there.
Hmm.
What do we got lined up next?
Let's go to cam 4. See if we can get in there. Now I'm not hearing any audio from these, but there is audio to these.
Mhm.
We did get voices, and we did get in the lodge room what sounds like the door opening. When I was first listening to the audio, I thought it was us coming in to do the work in the room,
Mm-hmm.
but that was like it was well before that. It's
Really?
very obvious when we come in.
Hmm.
So I've got it on the audio recorder, and we've got some sound on the video that we took too. Nothing we can't see. You can't. What the camera's in front of the door that goes into the hallway,
Mm-hmm.
and so what we've got is the preparation room door and the secretary's door. Those are the ones we can't see this door, but we can see here. No one comes into the room. Nothing changes environmentally to let you know that like light is coming in.
Right.
You just hear what sounds like a door open and shut.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I did turn the volume up on the computer, so you should be able to hear a little
Oh,
bit more
excellent.
now.
Yeah, we won't hear them in the headphones.
Okay. All right. Then we're looking for 19, 11, 18. I believe that is correct.
1, 4.
Yeah, cam 4. Yep. It's after where everything's moved out of the way, I believe.
Can't play the audio.
Okay.
This is right at 1911.
Okay.
So
We'll get let's do how far into this how far does this piece go? Let's try to get to 1915, 53.
I think that'll be the next one.
Yeah. Well, I heard some
Right here.
Okay, cool.
Was that the noise of the door?
That might have been. Run that back. Let's hear that again. There, and then there's
a giant orb flying
Mhm.
towards the camera. Play that back.
Yeah, say that goes. There's a noise, and then it's
Mhm.
just quiet.
And then
Yep.
we see this, and then from the top there.
You know what that sounded like to me from experience, because that is my lodge or our lodge. Sounded like somebody sat on the pew.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. That little creak. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah. Sounded exactly like that.
Mm-hmm.
Next, we can advance a little higher, faster. 4904, 194904. And get a little deeper into this one. We'll see if we can hear the door sound too as well.
That's 29. 39. Probably the next one. Nope, maybe in this one. Should be about. Here's 48.
We're about 30 seconds away.
Yep, coming into it. And there are more orbs, that I didn't list that we can kind of see as we're watching too.
Mhm.
There's so many, and back in the day, like I said, back in the old days, if you cut an orb, you might as well cut a full apparition.
Yeah.
But now, we know that if it's a true orb, it's more of ambient energy versus a spirit necessarily.
Okay, here it comes.
There we have that little bit across there. The next one is going to happen at 52. Some of these are a little bit light, but they show an odd flight pattern, and especially when nobody's in there moving anything around.
Mhm.
You expect to see when somebody's coming into a room, you maybe see a little bit of rustle past the camera. You see a little influx of something. But this is the kind of stuff we want to look for to try to differentiate.
Well, and this is well past when the camera was set
Mm-hmm.
and before, because I remember going in to shut the curtains.
Yes.
So there hasn't been anybody in this room in quite
Right.
some time.
Exactly. And then you don't even place, there's another one there in the corner. You don't even place the recorder in there until after you close the curtains.
Right.
Yeah.
It gets amazingly dark in there.
It does.
We can jump. The next point that I want to go to, this another one will come up here in a couple minutes. I don't know if we want to advance it forward.
Yeah.
I'm looking for 5246. There we go.
About 30 seconds
30
out.
seconds out. And then there's another one in next hour or two that we'll go ahead to.
Okay.
Lodge room looks very different in black and white.
It's like, I feel like I have to watch in silence. It's a terrible thing to do, though.
Oh, that was
there we
very,
go.
Yeah.
Pretty pronounced.
Yeah.
Coming across the bottom down here. I saw a lot of those kind of in the corners of the frames.
Mhm.
You see some, kind of movement through that. So that's a pretty decent one too. Let's get to 21-1307. There should be, if we can get some audio with that, it should be hopefully pretty good.
So out of my curiosity, how often do you put cameras in rooms and you don't get orbs as a baseline? So we're under the assumption that that's something going on now, but is it unusual? I don't really sit around and watch security camera footage very often.
Yeah.
So
and the answer is I've never seen an orb in a camera unless I was looking for watching some footage. You just don't pick them up. I don't know how commonplace they are.
I'm just curious. Oh, so in your investigations, do you have places you set up a camera and nothing happens?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we've had that. We had one no orbs in any of the other cameras except in the living room where we're shooting in this house, and it looked like it was like snowing almost.
Really?
And we had made sure we turned off the system, everything, no fans were on anything. It just was like this stampede of orbs through the frame for like 15 minutes. And then it stopped. And nowhere else did we get orbs in the house either. But yeah, there are places where you don't get orbs.
Gotcha.
What was the timestamp on that one?
21-13-07.
13.
It might not be. Is it in this one?
Oh, 21.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were in the right one.
No, it was 20.
Oh,
that I was in. One back one.
Yep, it's right before we go in.
It's 21-20.
Yep.
21-18.
Getting there.
21-16.
This is riveting.
This is great content.
I can only imagine what it would be like
2103.
watching these all through from one end to the other.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, right. Here's right before 21-13.
And the crowd goes, whoa.
We'll see TV.
Wait for it.
Might not be getting on the audio bit on that. We have, let me see, where is the audio files?
Turn the audio up more.
Okay.
Oh boy. I'm not hearing any audio.
Okay. We can actually, can you grab that Olympus camera or the Olympus recorder? We have it live, or we actually have it on the device as well.
Yeah, I'm not hearing anything. And that should be really loud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't forget to turn that back down, please.
Yeah, I'm going to.
Oh, sorry.
When you get there, Ted, hold that up to the microphone. So
Yeah.
We're not going to have the noise reduced and take it out of it.
no, we don't have to run noise reduction on this one.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. Okay. I just know that the one episode we had was taking out like lawnmowers and stuff, so we wouldn't want to be able to hear this.
Go into either top or bottom. What I'm looking for is the audio. It should be a named audio file in here as well.
I don't see an audio file.
Yeah. All right, let me see here. I apologize. Let me get this ready here.
Oh, here we go.
Right there,
The
yep.
lodge room, secretary desk, WMA.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. That's it. All right. Yeah, so here's some of the audio that we had off the recorders, or off this recorder. And yep, that's you putting it in.
Yep.
And then so what we're looking for is
See, I've seen enough ghost shows. I knew to tell you where it was.
right.
Sorry, Jim, I'm stepping on your mic stand again. I gotta be good at something, brother.
All right.
You're excellent at that.
1 hour, 9 minutes, 30 seconds is the piece.
How did you go right to it?
I don't know. Okay, that should be right before it.
Okay, get ready for it.
Yeah, that's a door opening.
That's totally the preparation door opening.
Okay. I wondered what door that was.
100%.
Yeah. And we don't come in for another 2 minutes.
And we don't go in that door.
No.
That door was open.
The door was open. I noticed that door was open.
That door stayed open the whole night.
Okay.
Mhm.
Or did it? Was it shut originally? I don't remember.
That I don't know. I wasn't even in that side.
I shut that door. That's why I know that it was open after we'd been there for quite a
So
while.
you would shut that door before the investigation started?
No. So I don't know, but I can tell you for a fact it was open when we came in because
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, we hear that door open every time when we do ritual.
Yep. That is very clearly a door opening.
Well, it kind of sounds like something closed and latched.
Or it opened and hit the stop.
Yeah.
well, and specifically it's a quick motion.
Yeah.
If I'd expected something to kind of slowly open, you got those doors that'll
Mhm.
slowly creak open.
Mhm.
That's pretty
Mhm.
quick.
Yeah. Huh.
It's with purpose.
That's
Interesting.
very interesting.
Yeah, it is.
That's a good one. That's a good
So
one.
if you're from Beehive or been to Beehive or want to go to Beehive and hear that door for yourself to compare it with, that I can tell you that is that door.
Hmm.
We did have some fascinating stuff happen in the hallway though too.
We did.
Um,
You were seeing on the exterior of the building, you're seeing lights getting blacked out.
yeah, so I'm sitting there at the table, Ted and myself and Heath were sitting there, and there's this light on the parking garage that I can see out the window. And all of a sudden, like out of my periphery, like there's no more light. Then I look over and then the light it's not like the light shut off and came back on because it was on the whole night.
Mm-hmm.
But something, it was like it stepped in front of that light. And then when I looked over there, it moved.
Mm-hmm.
And then right after that, or no, right before that, your wife and myself had heard 2 taps, possibly on that window or that door at the end of the hallway. And then right after the light deal, the motion light kicked on in the bathroom hallway.
Yes. And that happened to them too when they were sitting there when we were in the lodge room. You know, motion sensing aside, there was nobody in those areas.
No.
That would have tripped those off.
And they would have had to have walked by us to
Right.
get there.
Exactly. There's no access to that anyway, except past us where we were at.
So that was very fascinating to me. Now, any of it could be explained. It could have been a giant bug that ran into the deal. It could have been a bat that spread its wings over the light. What I mean, I didn't see it, so I can't say. But I can tell you there was nobody in that hallway with the bathrooms.
That's 100% agree. You know, and that's one of the things. You know, I've always said, a believer will never be skeptical, and a skeptic will never believe.
Yeah.
So you know, you can you just kind of put out there what you feel is good stuff, and people consume it the way they do.
Well, that was something I was going to bring up a little bit later. I said in the earlier segment that I was more of the skeptic, and I'm not a total skeptic. I wanted to see for myself what this would be like, and my wife and I both enjoyed it. We had some stuff that was a little bit strange that happened, but at the end of the night, I've never saw anything that I went, oh, that's it. That's the holy grail. I'm not discounting anything, but to your point, it could probably all be explained in some way or fashion. We just can't explain it. So I'm not discounting any of it, but for those of you that are listening or going, that's baloney. I'm still a little bit skeptical on it. I thought it was a lot of fun. I think it's a great idea to use equipment and try to find stuff like this.
Yeah.
There's always going to be some story out there if we don't try to get some proof one way or the other. So so from I still, after the fact, having a great time. It was fun. Still on the skeptical side.
Yeah. We'll probably get a lot of emails about this, but I like using the science to try to find, for lack of a better term, the faith. Like, I believe there's something. I don't know what it is, if it's another dimension that our souls go to, or our consciousness, or whatever. But I can tell you, I've experienced paranormal activity myself, and you have too, in this house, and it's been pleasant, but there's something there. I have a story. My uncle committed suicide a long time ago, and we were pretty close. And he was a big deer hunter. And of course, my aunt called me, and it was my job to go tell my mom, because my mom was the oldest of 6 kids, and nobody wanted to tell her, so I guess it fell on me. So anyways, we drive out 30 minutes out to where my mom lives, and told her, and we shouldn't be alone. We come to our house, and Heath and I were in my Jeep. We kind of took the back way home, and we pulled up by these 2 deer real close to the side of the road. One took off, and the other one was like, you could see his legs twitching, like he's trying to move. He's trying to get away, and he can't. And I looked over, and I was like, that's weird. And it was like this deer and I locked eyes, and we saw each other's soul. Like, it was amazing. I was like, that was really weird. I wonder if that was just Uncle John telling me he's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So then I get home that night and I had a dream, and I didn't put the deer and the dream together until 9 years later. But I had a dream. I was laying in bed, and from the shoulders, from the chest up, he came down and said, "I saw you watching," and then he disappeared. After 9 years, I realized he saw me watching the deer because that was him.
Mm-hmm.
And that blew my mind when I put that together.
That's really cool. Yeah.
But besides that, we've heard after we had a dog that was passed when she was 15, which we're beating that record currently. We have a dog that's almost 18. But after she died, we would hear we had one dog still living at that point, and she would be sleeping. We'd hear a collar jingle, like the tags, and then we'd hear feet prance down the hallway. There's no other dog in the house. So yes, I'm a believer. I am still skeptical about a lot of things. Mediums, I'm kind of on the fence with mediums. I'm one of those like, prove it to me. I want you to prove it to me.
Yeah, it's tough. Sensitives. We don't. I don't want to say this. I don't know how you say this. We don't usually bring sensitives onto our team. I'm of the same mind. I find there's limited use. I think. I do believe there's probably some sensitive gifts. I think I've seen enough psychics across the board. John Edwards all of them. A lot of that is fancy reading and charlatanism, and that's one of the things that makes it so hard to believe in psychics or mediums is because there's just so much room for manipulation.
Right.
And so I think I've seen examples of stuff like, wow, that's really weird. I don't know how you would have read that otherwise. There's got to be something to it. But I feel we always have to be real careful. We have to temper that. If we're having a sensitive person along, okay, fine, you get the feeling, but I also want to see if we can get a temperature reading, a voice,
get some tangible proof.
Right. I want to get something that correlates with what you're feeling too at the same time. So that way we can validate what you're telling me, and I can, and then that's true. So, it's always a slippery slope with that.
So, Ted, if somebody was interested in having Brother Ted Poole and Queen Emily come investigate for them or with them, how can they get a hold of you guys?
They can email me, hit me up on Facebook. I'm usually on the social medias. I'm not too hard to find. Anybody that having issues, anybody feels uncomfortable hearing things, want us to come out, take a look. We're always up for it. We don't charge. It's not a service that we charge for. So it's volunteer time for us to come out and do. And it's just about, trying to get evidence, trying to learn more, and trying to discover things.
All right. Find Ted Poole on Facebook. Does the investigation company have
it does.
Facebook?
Poole and Company Paranormal is probably the easiest way to find it on Facebook. It'll link over to me. I think you can find me at most of my handles are Teddy Roosevelt. Instagram, I know, is that. X is that.
TikTok.
Yeah. I don't do TikTok.
I don't. Oh, come on.
I don't. I find social media exhausting.
It is.
And I find it feels like I have to try really hard to do things for social media. And so it's just like, man, I'm good for 2 or 3 days, but then I'm over it, and I don't touch it for weeks.
Yep.
So
I'm the exact same way. You can also get a hold of us at the show. We'll pass any messages along. Hey, maybe Heath and I and Jim will come out and help.
Yeah, you're always welcome. I mean, it's always great hanging out with you guys anyway, but it's always, come out. You're more than welcome always.
I'm a good screen watcher.
There you go. That's a lot of it.
Racking up the screen time.
Screen time. Scream time.
Scream time.
Scream time.
All right. Well, I think that probably wraps. Do you have anything coming up, Jim? Do you have any shout outs?
Well, we do have something coming up. We've got the fall reunion, as I said, with the Scottish Rite. That should be the 13th, 14th, and 15th of November. I'm sure if you're in the Omaha area and you are Master Mason, they would probably still like to get you in there. I think we've got 6 or 7 in the class. Is what we heard.
Something like that.
So that's coming up. As far as the rest of the lodge stuff, we've got elections in both the lodges that I'm in. It's election season everywhere
It is
around.
election.
It is.
It's election month in Nebraska.
So we've got that coming out. The shout out. I haven't been. I missed the last recorded episode here, so I've got to say that I'm going to give a shout out to the guys in Omaha that put on the council and commandery degrees. I went through. I am now Sir Nite Jim.
Nice.
And
Hoity-toity.
I talking to Mark Rosegold, I need to do more about talking about how great York Rite is, because I will throw out that last degree, it gave the Master Mason a run for its money.
Really?
For my favorite. I still think the Master Mason was my favorite degree, but that one, wow. And I'd love to tell you all about it, but I can't. You have to go through it. So
Turns out I finally got Mark to agree to be on the show.
oh, you did. Oh, good.
Maybe not on camera, for sure, audio.
Okay.
We'll work on him on the video part. Maybe we'll just blur out his face.
Right. Like the news
Can,
interviews.
can we do that?
Mhm.
We just hold a screen over his face.
Well, just do one of those darkened rooms where you see the silhouette.
Be like Slipknot and just put a mask on him.
Yeah. Voice modulator.
Usually you don't have a name associated though when you do that.
You already know
Where
who
you're in
he
a
is.
witness protection program, you don't put your name underneath.
What about you, Ted? Do you have anything coming up at your lodge?
Elections, yeah. I mean, it's that we're rounding out the year, so coming into it, holiday parties are coming up, elections around the corner. Before you know it's installation Grand Lodge.
Mhm.
Yeah, we'll be there again.
Hmm.
My wife is going this time. Your wife is going.
My wife is going.
We're gonna have a
Yeah.
blast.
Yeah, we'll be up there. Votes go the way they should. I should be sitting in the east this next year, so
Whoa.
that'll be a big change, big deal for me. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, if you need any help, don't ask me. I did a horrible job. What about
Oh,
you?
no. I'm sorry. I missed my cue. You did a great job.
Shut up, Jim.
Same thing going on in my lodge. The same thing as yours because we're in the same lodge.
Except if things go.
Well, if things go good, I'll be master next year.
There you go.
And I won't be.
Mm-hmm.
That's his own special reward.
See.
You got any shout outs?
Mm.
All right. My shout out is going to be to Pool and Company. I had an absolute blast. Look forward to definitely at the Masonic home next year.
Definitely, yeah.
But if able to do so, I would like to go on another one.
No, it was a
Absolutely.
good time, and my wife said she had a good time too.
Good.
My wife was afraid to go. She didn't want to get spooked.
Next time.
Her and her sister and our niece, they stayed here to hand out candy. They were all excited. My niece was so excited. She's a senior in high school, and she brought over this special bowl and filled it with candy, and we got not one trick or treater.
Well, the weather didn't really cooperate this year either.
Well, it wasn't raining or a blizzard, so that's better
it
than
was
some.
it was windy and cold. So.
It was. It's all right. We don't have any drinks tonight because it's Sunday night. I'm getting ready to go to bed so I can get up at whatever time I get up in the morning.
Way too early.
Way too early. Oh, thank you for reminding me.
Missed the segment.
Our new segment, that's probably not really new anymore, is the Artifact of the Week. We will post pictures of this on socials. But this is a Masonic medal. I have seen similar ones online. Does this not look like a railroad? What do they call that?
It's a shield.
A shield.
Yeah, like the UP shield.
Yeah,
That's, that's common for a lot of so that you're not actually putting a flag. You can do that and
right. So what I've found online through the Google lens is somebody will have a very similar medal with the ribbon, but it may have a wrestling medal in the circle instead of a square and compass, or some may have other said item in there besides a square and compass. So there's nothing on the back of it, no trademark stamps or anything. Like I said, we'll put pictures on our socials, and if you know what it is or possibly where it came from, let us know.
Well, there's 13 stars if you didn't count it. I don't know if that's significant or not, but
Well, probably. Maybe it's colonial.
it's not that old. That
No,
ribbon's
it's not near that old.
Hmm.
It appears to be not copper, maybe bronze.
We'd like to know if anybody out there knows what it is.
Yep.
And the answer is not participation ribbon.
Not a second place trophy.
Yeah. No.
No, it is. It is like a lapel pin, kind of.
Mhm.
Got the older style safety pin style lock on the back.
But we
That's
would
neat.
we would definitely love to be educated on what it is if you know what it is.
Actually, looking at it, the square and compass coin in the middle is not quite centered, so I think this was a mass-produced blank, and then you would put your organization's coin in the middle.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
Yeah, I also noticed that it was a little off kiltered.
Little cattywampus, kind of like this show.
Mhm.
That was a very quick agreement.
Yeah. If you're waiting for an argument,
Yeah.
not happening.
Like Byron says, "You looking for an argument? You're not going to find one."
Right.
All right. Well, thanks for sticking with us. We had a great time.
Mhm.
Let's ghost hunt again. Except no demonic stuff. Don't take me any demonic stuff. I don't need to bring that shit home.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. And we went to Zach Baggins's haunted museum
Uh-huh.
in June, and I was a little frightened about going there. That was the only place I was nervous about going to.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's a warehouse of stuff there.
Yeah.
You know, everything from a Dybbuk box enclosed in like a glass and wood case with Hebrew prayers are all around it, to Ed Gein's stew pot, you know, I mean, and everything in between. So that was a cool experience. It wasn't frightening ultimately, but yeah, that was the only place I was nervous about going to. I thought there would be some demon stuff in there for sure.
Yeah. All right. Well, hope you enjoyed the show.
On that note,
You're right.
We will,
on that note,
we will try to get back to normal next show.
we've been trying to be normal since you started the show.
We will have Justin Jones as our next episode.
Okay.
And he is currently
Well, don't let the cat out of the bag.
okay. No cats out.
Hmm?
He's a very prominent Prince Hall Mason. How's that?
That's a good intro.
Okay. Yeah, we'll go with that.
Yeah.
So get us a little different perspective.
A little bit different. Oh, I thought you meant from this show. Yeah, that's completely
No,
different.
he'll class up this place.
Oh, you're right. That's true.
And I just happen to know that he does like Shanky's whip.
There you go.
We had the Masonic family reunion last summer. Freddie shows up at like, I don't know what time it was, 10 o'clock in the morning. He's like, "Hey, I brought some Shankies." And he comes over like an hour and a half later and says, "Hey, did you bring any Shankies that ran out?"
That's the way to do it.
That's he kept telling everybody where he had it.
Good propagation of Shanky's whip. Just like me. Like smooth and Irish.
I've never heard that before.
I have black hair. For now, it's
Used to.
turning gray.
I'll take your word for it.
All right. Producer, take us out.
Yeah.
Travel well, my brothers.
Travel well.
See ya.
At Homeward Handyman Services, we pride ourselves on being honest and giving every job the attention it deserves. Owned and operated by a master mason with 2 decades of expertise in home repair. We are bonded and insured, and we carry the highest standards when it comes to taking care of your home. Whether you need a faucet changed or a light remodel, we can take care of your home improvement needs. Call Michael at 402-915-0824 today for a free estimate. Demonstrate that love never ends through the commitment to support past and present service members, the communities that surround them, and the loved ones of those whom we will never forget. Visit deganpage.org for more information.
When it comes to something as important as insurance, it's imperative that you work with an agency who has an in-depth knowledge of multiple insurance products, companies, and guidelines, not just one. We are completely independent agents, and we work for your best interests. We are Mason-friendly. We have locations in Fremont and Elkhorn. We provide policies for virtually all of your personal and commercial needs, including health and dental. Visit our website at www.theinsurancecenterinc.com. We're available Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m.